What is going on, guys? Taylor Jones, official in the building, and today's video I'm going to be talking to you guys why it's your absolute duty to be successful. If you're watching this video, especially if you're an entrepreneur, I'm taking this from Tony, but good, the new good is great, and the new great is excellent, okay? 20, 30 years ago, you could get a minimum wage job, save up for a few years, buy a little house, have a family, all good. Now, $12, $15 an hour, you're barely getting by. You barely have enough money for rent and groceries. We all need to level up our standards. And in this video, I'm going to be walking you guys through exactly why that's so important. Why whatever you're doing right now, it's so imperative. If you're watching this video, you're watching it for a reason. And you need to really contemplate why you're not leveling up your life. Okay? So, number one, everyone in life is connected. We're a huge network. Think about it like a node in a huge network, right? And we're all connected. If you're watching this video, maybe you only know 50 people, probably less. Maybe let's say 25, 30 people really closely. And of those 25, 30 people, they probably know 25, 30 people. And if you draw it out, you're literally, let's just for math simplicity, 25 or 50 times 50. Okay, you're one person away from 2,500 people. So that means that through the course of the next year, if you intimately share who you are and your ideas and how you're operating in the world and how you're showing up and whether you're showing up weak or strong, you're one person away from 2,500 people. Now, if we multiply that by 50 again, you're two people away from 125,000 people. Okay? And you're three people away from 6,250,000 people. This is an idea that I'm kind of taking from Jordan Peterson. I want you to really think about this. What does it mean? It means that if you continue to show up in your life the way that you are right now, okay, how will the people in your life be influenced? Because we're always constantly influencing each other. That can be in a good way or a bad way. Are you showing up as the father, the husband, brother that you should be? Are you making as much money as you know you can? Are you providing the impact and the support and safety for your community and family that you know you should? Or are you being weak? Or are you taking off 5 days a week and escaping with drugs or alcohol, right? What are you doing? How are you showing up? Are you a man that people are looking forward to spending time around? Or are you somebody that people are talking shit behind your back and honestly just avoid having conversations with you? Like, who are you? You know, all of these things add up to your level of success, okay? So remember that. We're all connected. That's number one. Number two, I kind of already said this. Your standards that you have, right? We all have a standard. So look at your life right now. If you look at your life, how much money are you making? How much money is in your bank account right now? Who are you in a relationship with? Are they attractive? Are they overweight? Are they respectful to the people in your life? Are they respectful to you? All of these things are your standard. And if your standard's here, there's about an average, right? This is kind of how it works. There's about an average in your area, in your state, in your country, in the world. There's like, okay, those are all a little bit different, you know? And most people are okay as long as they're not too far within that range. If they're a little bit below or at average or a little bit better, they're happy. They're content. Most people make, a certain amount of money and they slow down. The reality is the standard that you choose to uphold affects the other people in your node and network, in your network, right? So if all of a sudden, if you grow up in a family where the father makes $500,000 a year, all of a sudden, all of those kids in that family are going to have somewhat of an expectation, like that's how much money that we make, because I'm cut from the same cloth, right? Typically, you'll find that those children are probably more likely to be making around $500,000 a year, okay? But if you grew up in a family where the standard is $30,000 a year, and that's all grandpa ever made, that's all great-great-grandpa ever made, and great-great-great-great-grandpa ever made, it was minimum wage, and we're poor and money's hard and we struggle, that's going to be the standard. So I want you to ask yourself, what is your standard that you're holding in your life? And what are the standards of all the people in your life? Is it here? Is it average? Is it a little bit above average? Has it been the same? Maybe it's way above average, but it's been the same for the past 3 years. Is it time to knock it up a little bit? Okay? Because, and Tony Robbins said this, I just got back from the Unleash the Power Within event in Dallas. I literally just flew in back home, and he said this, okay? The two spiritual needs that every human being has is growth and contribution. If you are not growing and becoming better as a human being, you're dying. You are falling off the ladder, okay? We must grow. That's why we experience pain, in order to get our nervous system's attention, in order to learn a lesson and then move forward, integrate it into our life, and become a better person. There's no such thing as just achieving a certain level of success and then saying, oh, I'm done. It literally doesn't exist. So I want you to ask yourself, what are the standards that you have in all areas of your life right now? Okay? That was one of the biggest things that I took away. And then the last thing is that the story that you're creating around who you are, where you've come from, where you are right now, how you're dealing with where you are right now, and then ultimately where you go and where you end up and where you're going. All of those things will either empower people and inspire them, or it will disgust them. And disgust is, I'm going to be honest, it's kind of a strong word. I'm choosing that word intentionally to kind of, to move you guys. But I want you to think about this. What will people say if you were to be on your deathbed in 10 years from now? Are they going to sigh a sigh of relief? Not having to worry about drama and bullshit and all this? Or are they going to say, damn, that man's going to be missed? Ask yourself. That's a really good question. 20, 30, even to 40 years from now. What are people going to say? So many beautiful takeaways from this weekend. It was really cool. Really, really cool event. Very powerful. For 3-4 days of just freaking going, and dissecting. I mean, he gave us a whole workbook. Let me see if I think I have it right here. He gave us a whole workbook of shit. Damn, I think I left mine there. He gave us a whole workbook of stuff just to dissect. What are your values? What do you value the most? What are your limiting beliefs? All of this stuff. I highly recommend it. And then, okay, fourth and final thing that I will say, guys. Everything you do affects who you are. I think a lot of people like to try to compartmentalize their life. They try to think, okay, well, I'm going to commit all into my business, but I'm going to kind of take my romantic relationships not so seriously, and I'm going to sleep around. Or maybe I'm going to be the best dad that I can be, and I'm going to give everything to my kids. But my wife is an adult. She doesn't really need that much of my time. And my work, I'm just going to do the bare minimum because my kids really need me. It doesn't work like that. Because let me tell you why. Your kids are watching how you show up in your romantic relationship, in your marriage, right? So if your kids are noticing that, oh, daddy doesn't really take mommy out on dates. Daddy doesn't really give affection to mom. Daddy doesn't really work very hard at his job, and money's really rough. But you see what I'm saying? You're influencing people more through how you're showing up and living your own life than you are actually by the things that you say. The things that you say matter, but believe it or not, I truly believe that they matter less than how you actually show up in your everyday life. Okay? So here's the 4 steps, guys, that you can take right now to just absolutely take complete control and accountability for your life. Ready? And demand success. Ready? Here we go. Number 1. You guys, you can't hide anything. I used to think that I could keep some things out of sight, and so much has come up, especially being in a committed, monogamous, loyal, loving, amazing relationship with my girlfriend. Just the accountability has absolutely taken us both, personal growth, to the next level. Because you can't hide anything. Everything's out in the water. It's right there. You can't hide anything. Take full accountability for everything in your life. I want you to close your eyes right now. I want you to think about every part of your life. Who are you blaming for money? Who are you blaming for your health? Who are you blaming for all? And I want you to write it down. Get rid of it. Eliminate bad apples. If you have people in your life that you know are a bad influence, get rid of them. And then seek good influence and people to model. We always need role models, right? So we all know that like you're the sum of the 5 people that you hang around, right? Well, one of those 5 people should have something that you don't have, or at least something a little bit better than you, so that you can model them in that way, right? Doesn't mean like you can't love your mom and dad. I'm not just saying don't spend the most time with them. You know what I'm saying? If they're not where you want to be. If they are, great, spend more time with them. And then seek good influence and people to model. I said that. Dream big and just execute, guys, okay? If you guys got something out of this, let me know in the comment section below. Subscribe to the channel. See you guys later.